Well, this is me without any makeup on. I know it's scary, but I've been threatening to make this video for some time now. One of my most popular posts on my blog is the one where I tell you about the product that I used to get rid of my acne scarring. Not only do I love this product to help get rid of acne scarring and prevent future breakouts, it's been amazing to help keep those fine lines and wrinkles at bay. I'm 46 and I feel a little bit cursed sometimes because I have acne, and of course, like most 46-year-olds, I'm starting to see little wrinkles and lines, and this product's been awesome. From everything that I've researched, doing a peel, which you can go to a dermatologist office, you can go to a salon and get a peel for a lot more money than purchasing this little bottle. But everything that I read about it and understand is that it actually helps boost the collagen production in your skin, which keeps your skin supple longer. And to me, that's a definite benefit. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually do this peel at home for a fraction of the cost. I think I spent about $14 or $15 on this little bottle. I've had this bottle for quite some time. It is almost gone. But the way that I apply it, I don't use a lot, I don't waste a lot, and it lasts me maybe 6 months or longer, and that's doing a peel every week or two, if I wanted to. Another product that I've been using more recently is a mixture of glycolic acid and lactic acid. Both of those are alpha hydroxy acids, and they both have the same general effect, which is to slough off the dead skin cells and help your skin regenerate itself more quickly, which is why it helps with the scarring and, of course, with the wrinkling as well. Some things that you want to have handy are water and baking soda to help neutralize it. So I'm just going to pour some baking soda into this bowl of water just to have it handy. I don't really measure it, probably a teaspoon or so maybe, but that helps if you get to a point where the acid starts to really burn or sting. To be honest, the way that I do it most of the time is I put the acid on my face. I let it sit as long as I can stand it. Make sure I'm not bubbling up or anything like that. And then I jump in the shower and just wash my face normally and gently. The first step that you want to take before you put the acid on it, you want to make sure that you can actually get the acid to your skin. And I have washed my face, but most of us have natural oils that coat our skin, unless you're really dry. I would still do this. Take either some witch hazel or some rubbing alcohol and just go over all of the areas that you're going to put the acid on. I pay a lot of attention to my chin and my nose because I'm still pretty oily in my T-zone. And of course, make sure not to drip it into your eyes. I like witch hazel because it seems a little gentler, but it really helps get all of those oils off. I also do my neck because, as you'll find out if you aren't to this age already, your neck starts to get a little bit crepey, probably from years of sun exposure, sleeping wrong, whatever. Anyway, it's not fair, it's the way it is. So I let that dry, and then I just take the acid. My face isn't quite dried yet, so I'm going to fan it just a little longer. The instructions will tell you to put it on a cotton ball or some type of pad. I actually use my fingertip because what I found is the cotton ball soaks up so much of the acid that I end up wasting a bunch of it. And even though this is much cheaper than going to a salon for a peel, I still want to make it last as long as I possibly can. So you start out on the outer edges. The forehead is usually a little less sensitive than the rest of your face. Be really careful when you go around your nose, that's tender. So I kind of get in the nose and on the chin towards the last. And it doesn't take much. I don't know if you can see that very well with this computer. It's not a great camera. But I'm not having to use a lot. And I will just continue to do that until I have my skin lightly coated with it. I'm not really rubbing, I'm going pretty lightly. One of the things you don't want to do is irritate your skin more. Because this is an acid, you might feel a little inflamed or tender. And then I actually wait a little bit before doing my neck because it stings. It is really tender still. So I'm just kind of going all over. Maybe I'm overdoing it. This is how I always do it. It works for me. One of the things that you need to make sure and do is actually read my blog article, and if you choose to use this product, read the warning labels. Everybody has different skin. I actually did put this on my 16-year-old at the time son. He's very fair-skinned, almost white blonde hair, blue eyes, and his skin started to bubble up a little bit, pretty much right away. So it was kind of an eye-opener to me that not everyone has the same skin type. So I may even spend a little more time than that normally. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit for the sake of the video. And then toward the very last, I actually will get a little bit closer to my eyes because that is where a lot of my wrinkling is starting. If you do this, be super careful. Know that I'm not telling you to do this because if you're not experienced at applying it, you could get it into your eyeballs, and you don't want to do that. Your eyes don't need a peel. So I'm just going to let it sit. Sometimes I'll even rub it onto the back of my hands and let it sit while I'm doing my face. And it is starting to sting a little bit. It's not super painful. It's not, it's no worse than like a bug bite maybe. But I would caution you to start out maybe a minute at a time, build up each week, or wait longer in between peels. If you get to the point where it starts to get really, really red or blistery, you need to get it off of you quickly. Don't think that you're getting a better effect by leaving it on and letting your skin boil off. You know, that's not really what you want to do. The idea here is to do it a little at a time and to increase your tolerance to the peel. So I'm going to let this sit for just a minute and then I'll come back. I've let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes. Honestly, I'm not really keeping track, but I'm guessing that's how long it's been. I don't know if you can see, my skin is starting to get a little bit red. Kind of, you know, not blistery, but definitely I'm feeling it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rinse. Like I said, normally I just jump in the shower and wash my face, but I think for a first-time user it's probably good to have the baking soda water to kind of neutralize it. And it's this simple. Let's see if I can do this without getting my computer soaked. You just take it and you just start to rinse your face, and it makes a little fizzing sound, which is pretty funny. And I neutralize it this way, and then I'll rinse it really, really well in water in the sink. Don't be alarmed if it actually stings a little bit more when you're rinsing it. Try to be gentle and not tug on your face. And then that is pretty much it. Now, if you've done it for the right amount of time and not gone too long, your skin will feel and look better almost immediately. One of the things that I noticed is my skin was like a little smoother after I did my first peel. But then over time, I had really bad acne scarring. You might be able to see a little bit of it still. There's just like deep craters that I'm not sure that a peel that you can get over the counter or even in a salon would actually work. I think you'd have to go to a heavier peel, the kind that you need to be sedated for, and I'm scared of that, so I'll just stick with my little peel and be thankful for the really good results. One thing that you need to remember, well, there's plenty of things you need to remember, but one of the big things to remember is to wear sunscreen. And if you use a product with an alpha hydroxy acid daily, like I do, don't use that within the first 24 hours after doing your peel. Just use a really gentle, non-fragranced moisturizer. You don't want to use something super thick because you will actually coat your skin and maybe clog your pores. And, you know, the idea is to have your skin slough off, so you're not trying to hold it all on after you've put the peel. And I think that's pretty much it. I've been using it on and off for probably 4 to 5 years now, and I'm really satisfied with it. I'm satisfied with the price. I like that I can do it in 10 minutes. You know, I don't have to schedule an appointment at a dermatologist office or a salon. I don't have to pay the outrageous price to have someone else do what I can do. I know my own skin. I can tell when it's getting, you know, too long and it's becoming painful. I can get it off of me quickly. So I think if you have the capability of knowing your own body, you totally have the ability to do the peel. There are different strengths that you can buy, and again on my blog article I do go into that a little bit more. This is a 50% peel. I just bought this to try it. I had the 70% peel at first. I think there is also like a 60% concentration. I don't actually find a big difference between the 70% and the 50%. The 70% is a little stronger, but the 50% gets the same results for me. And with this glycolic lactic acid combination, it says that it's 60%. So this is a little bit different. It's more gel-like, and it's kind of cool when you're putting it on. It doesn't run as easily. So I just bought that to try it, and I'm pretty crazy about it too. So I hope that was helpful, and I hope you got an idea of how easy it is to do this for yourself. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.